Hello everyone, Rev Deanna here with our midweek reflection for the Transfiguration Sunday, and which is our last Sunday in this worship series about getting to know your faith, knowing your story so you can share the light. And it's fitting that Transfiguration is our last Sunday because it is a story all about light and the importance of knowing our story and things like that. So I wanted to talk with you today about how life throws so much at us that we need to be firmly rooted and grounded so that we have this really strong foundation to deal with all the stuff that gets tossed at us. But at the same time, we also need to be open and flexible enough to go with the flow, to adapt, to learn and deal with the new things that come at us. And so a couple things come to mind when I think about that. And the first is a country song where it's talking about a tree that is strong enough to bend. And so that kind of imagery resonates through me as I was thinking about this today. It's, we have to be strong and rooted, but we have to have enough give in us to adapt and to bend. And the surprising thing, who we are, when we know our story, whether that be our personal story or our faith story, when we are strong and grounded in that, it actually makes us more open. Because then when we encounter new information, we had an internet connection issue. Always something adventurous with me. So yes, I was saying, when we know our story and are firmly grounded in who we are, that when we encounter new information or new experiences, they're not as threatening because we are so solid in who we are that we can just receive it. Maybe like a dish on a plate being passed around a table, right? Like you can receive the plate and you can choose to take something off of it or not. You can study it and look and see if you might like it. You can pass it around and maybe see what others do. It's like that. You can process that when you are solid in who you are and in your faith story. So I hope that our worship series has helped you get to know your faith story. If you tune in to our live stream or have been attending in person, you might have noticed some of the questions that appear in the service to help us kind of continue to reflect and process and engage with our faith in different ways. And so I hope that you've taken that opportunity to think about some of those things and use them as tools to get to know your faith better, and maybe even to practice talking about your faith so that you can let your light shine. And so that's exactly why we have spent these last few weeks getting to know our faith, so that we can let our light shine. And it's fitting that we're ending this series with a biblical story that has a surprise twist to it. As I said, it's Transfiguration Sunday. So the story is about Jesus going up onto a mountain to pray and to encounter God. And when he comes down from that mountain, that experience has been so moving, so different for Jesus, that he is transformed by light. It's that, moment. Yes, he comes down from the mountain and he is glowing. almost as if the light is shining from within him, or there's light shining around him. And just when the disciples have thought that they knew Jesus, they kind of got a handle on who this guy was, they see him come down from the mountain, and he has been transformed. And they have to change their perspective of what they knew of him yet again. And so this happens to us all the time. We encounter experiences that change us, or someone that we know, and we learn, we grow all the time. And so it is important for us to know that as we learn and grow, it is going to impact how we understand our faith story. And so even though this worship series is over, learning about our faith story never ends. We must keep wrestling. We must keep examining what we believe, how we understand that belief, and how we live it out in our world. We must also not let that stop us from sharing our light. As I shared last week about inclusion, that one of the things that I have learned from being in this church is that we do the best that we can. We are open to learning. We say sorry if we need to, and we lovingly hold others to account when we need to. Because Jesus didn't call us to perfection, to absolute perfection. Jesus called us to be our truest and best self every moment of every day. And so as that grows and changes, we need to keep letting that light shine and doing our very best to love with all that we have, and sharing that journey, that learning, sharing the joy, sharing the hope, sharing our light with the world. Well, friends, take care and have a very blessed day. I hope you have enjoyed this midweek reflection, and take a moment to have a prayer with me. Loving God, we know that you love us just as we are, and at the same time call us to be all that we can be, to do the best that we can in the moment where we are at, to open our hearts to learning so much about your rich and diverse world, and to lovingly encourage and nurture others in this journey. May it be so. Amen. Take care. Have a great week. Bye for now.